Learning English through stories is a powerful and enjoyable way to improve your language. When you listen to stories, you understand how people speak in real life. You learn new words, sentence patterns, and ideas. At the same time, stories teach you important life lessons. So today, you will learn English and also learn how to manage money wisely. Now, let us continue the story of Daniel. After Daniel started saving and dividing his money into 3 parts, his life slowly began to change. At school, his teacher once asked the class, "What is success in life?" Many students gave different answers. Some said, "Having a big house." Others said, "Driving an expensive car." But Daniel thought deeply and said, "Success is when you can live without fear about money." The teacher smiled and said, "That is a very wise answer." From that day, Daniel became even more interested in understanding money. Daniel's first big lesson one summer, Daniel got a chance to work in a small grocery store. He was very excited. It was his first real job. On the first day, the shop owner told him, "If you want to learn about money, watch how people spend it." Daniel carefully observed customers. He noticed 3 types of people. Some people bought only what they needed, some people bought extra things they did not need, some people checked prices and tried to save money at the end of the day. Daniel understood something important. He said to himself, "Spending habits decide our future." A mistake that changed him after a few months. Daniel saved a good amount of money. He felt proud. One day, he saw a new phone in a shop. It looked beautiful and modern. All his friends were talking about it. He thought, "If I buy this phone, everyone will like me." Without thinking too much, he used most of his savings and bought the phone. For a few days, he felt very happy. He showed it to everyone. His friends admired him. But after some time, things changed. The excitement disappeared. The phone became normal. But his savings were gone. Then suddenly, an emergency came. His mother needed some money for medical expenses. Daniel felt very sad. He wanted to help, but he had no money left. That night, he sat quietly and thought deeply. "I made a mistake. I spent money to impress others, not to improve my life." That moment became a turning point in his life. Learning about budgeting after that incident, Daniel decided to become more serious about financial management. He started using a notebook. Every day, he wrote what he earned, what he spent, why he spent it. He asked himself simple questions. Do I really need this? Can I save this money? Will this help my future? These questions helped him control his spending. Slowly, he became more disciplined. The power of small savings. Daniel also learned another important lesson. Saving small amounts regularly can create big results. Even when he earned a little money, he always saved something. Sometimes it was just a few coins. But he never stopped. He remembered his father's words, "Saving is not about amount. It is about habit." Years later, this habit made a big difference. Helping others, Daniel also continued to keep a small part of his money to help others. One day, he saw a poor boy near his college. The boy wanted to study but had no books. Daniel bought books for him. The boy smiled and said, "Thank you. I will never forget this." That moment gave Daniel a different kind of happiness. He realized money is not only for living, it is also for giving. Understanding investment after getting a job, Daniel wanted to grow his money. He started learning about investment. At first, he was confused. There were many options, but he did not rush. He learned slowly. He understood one important idea: do not put all your money in one place. So, he divided his investments into different parts. Some were safe, and some had small risks. He made sure to learn before making decisions. Facing a financial problem one year, Daniel faced a big problem. The company he worked for had difficulties, and his salary was reduced. Many of his colleagues became worried and stressed, but Daniel stayed calm. Because he had savings, he could manage his life. He reduced unnecessary spending and followed his budget strictly. After some months, the situation improved. Daniel realized something powerful. Saving money gives you peace during hard times. Becoming a guide for others. As Daniel grew older, many people started asking him for advice. His friends, neighbors, and even young students came to him. They asked questions like, "How can I save money? How can I stop wasting money? How can I plan my future?" Daniel always gave simple advice: earn honestly, spend wisely, save regularly, and think about the future. A special conversation one evening, Daniel sat again with his father. He said, "Dad, many people earn money, but they still have problems." "Why?" His father replied, "Because they do not control their desires." Daniel asked, "What is the most important rule about money?" His father smiled and said, "Live below your means. Do not spend more than you earn." Daniel nodded and said, "That is simple, but very powerful." Daniel's final message. Years later, Daniel became a successful and peaceful man. Not just because he had money, but because he had control over it. He once gave a speech to young students. He said, "Money is like water. If you control it, it helps you grow. If you do not control it, it can destroy you." He continued, "Start small. Save a little. Learn every day. Do not compare your life with others. And always remember, your future depends on your habits today." Final moral: money is not everything, but it is very important. Good habits create a strong future. Saving, budgeting, and investing are life skills. Learning English through stories makes learning easy and meaningful.